Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and compare the iPhone 15 against the iPhone 8 Plus and see which particular phone is a better one for you. Now, clearly, if you have all the money in the world, getting the iPhone 15 is a really good phone. The iPhone 8 Plus isn't even really supported right now with iOS 17, so I probably wouldn't recommend buying this phone, but there are tons of iPhones in between these I would recommend buying if you don't want to spend all the money on the iPhone 15. So links will be down in the description. If you want to get them from there, you can also help support the channel at the same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both these phones, the iPhone 8 Plus, which came out back in 2017 on the front, has a 5.5-inch Retina IPS panel on the front. And to be honest, it's really not that bad of a panel. It looks pretty good. I've had this phone for like a long time, and I definitely do feel like, for the most part, it's a good panel. It just is surrounded by a lot of bezel, and it definitely looks like a very outdated phone in this day and age. Because of the panel, it's a 60 Hz screen. It's not even an OLED. You're getting a pretty thick bezel at the top, which has the camera and everything. The bottom has that home button. So, like I said, it's a pretty, interesting older looking phone, but I don't think it looks ugly. But if you still rock this phone, you're definitely going to have an outdated design compared to something like the iPhone 15. The 15 has a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display, very good looking panel. It's one of the better panels Apple's made, and it looks very, very good and very sharp. It's 6.1 inches, it looks great, 60 Hz as well, like the iPhone 8 Plus. You're getting the dynamic island this time around, so that is really nice. And it's funny because this is a smaller phone in every single way, but it's a much bigger phone with the display. So it's a very good looking display. I love it a lot. And this is by far one of the better looking phones, especially from Apple, but it definitely looks better than the iPhone 8 Plus as well. Funny enough, I think the iPhone 8 Plus is a thinner phone than the iPhone 15. So it's interesting how you can have a phone that's smaller but thicker. With the iPhone 8 Plus, I don't really know the dimensions of these two, but it definitely looks like to me, as you can see from the top, the 15 is thicker. But I would rather have a thicker 15 than like a thinner iPhone 8 Plus. The volume buttons are almost the same places. The iPhone 8 Plus still has a SIM card tray, which is nice. The iPhone 15 does not have a SIM card tray, so keep that in mind. On the bottom, a little bit of a difference here as well. The iPhone 8 Plus had that Lightning port, where the iPhone 15 has a USB-C port. USB-C is significantly better in almost every single way. Lightning is still there. Lightning is still like a good version of phone to have. But definitely with the iPhone 8 Plus, it's a little bit outdated now that we do have USB-C on our iPhones. It's an amazing feature. I'm so happy they threw that in there. Also, there's more holes on the bottom of the 8 Plus than the iPhone 15. Interesting. On the back side of both these, I have a very cracked iPhone 8 Plus. The iPhone 8 Plus had that standard glass back, and so did the iPhone 14s until the iPhone 15s came out. Now they switched it up a little bit. Dual camera setup, wide and telephoto lens, Apple logo here. The iPhone 15, frosted glass back now, which is such an interesting change. I never thought they were going to make the frosted glass backs on these standard models, and they actually did, which was amazing. Getting a dual camera setup on the iPhone 15 as well, look at how much bigger the iPhone 15 cameras are. Like, it's crazy how much bigger the sensors are on the iPhone 15 than the iPhone 8 Plus. You're still getting things like wireless charging, you're getting IP certification on both phones, you are getting the MagSafe capability on the back of the iPhone 15, which is really nice. And overall, I definitely look at these devices, and I'm a massive, massive fan of both of them. I think Apple did a really good job with both these phones when they first came out, but I will tell you the iPhone 15, without a doubt on the outside, is going to be giving you the overall better experience for sure. Now, in terms of software and longevity, this is a very easy way to kind of say this. The iPhone 8 Plus is already like kind of outdated with software. It isn't like 100% outdated just yet, but you are pretty much at the last legs of the iPhone 8 Plus. This phone got like iOS 16.7, 16.8, 6.9. It's going to be getting those in the future, but it's going to pretty much be stopping there. Like, this phone is not going to be lasting that much longer beyond that. It's not getting iOS 17, so it's going to be on iOS 16 for a while. The iPhone 15 is just getting started with software updates, so this phone is going to be lasting a significantly longer amount of time than the iPhone 8 Plus. So keep that in mind. If you're wanting the longer lasting phone, go for the iPhone 15. This is going to be the one I'd recommend a majority of people to buy. So that covers it up there. Now let's go and do a speed comparison. The iPhone 15 has that Apple A17 Pro chip inside of it with 8 gigabytes of RAM, with the iPhone 8 Plus has that Apple A11 Bionic chip inside of it with 3 gigabytes of RAM. So let's go and see which one's the faster one between both. There we go. All the apps are cleared out in the background, so let's get into it. Phone calls 3, 2, 1. Totally messed the first one up. It's already kind of glitching on the iPhone 8 Plus. Music 3, 2, 1. The iPhone 15 is faster, and I think the iPhone 15 is going to be faster pretty much in every single way. App Store 3, 2, 1. The iPhone 15 again is the faster one. iPhone 8 Plus slightly slower. Scrolling through here, let's see if there's any big differences, which I don't think there's going to be. But you can kind of see that the iPhone 15 again is going to be the faster one for sure. Hopping out of here, let's get into camera, 3, 2, 1. And that kind of covers it up there. Let's go and hop out of this one. Let's go and get into mail, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Let's go and hop out of this one. I think we're seeing a recurring trend, settings, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Let's go and get into some of these third-party applications. Genshin Impact 3, 2, 1. Very large game. This is probably one of the larger games you can probably play on these types of phones. And I love Genshin Impact. I think it's a really good game. And I mean, even from the loading panel, you can just see how much significantly faster it is on the iPhone 15 over the iPhone 8 Plus. I think the iPhone 8 Plus is still going to be doing good and everything, but the 15 and definitely one there without a doubt. Hopping out of these two, let's get into another game. We can try. Let's see what else we have. I don't even know what similar games we have. Snapchat. Well, I'm not even logged in, but let's go and open it up. Definitely for sure the 15 was going to win there. Hopping out of here. Okay, that kind of covers it up there. Let's go and hop out of here. Let's go into Snake versus Blocks 3, 2, 1. Okay, again, iPhone 15 is a faster one. Getting into some gameplay, let's see what's going on. The 15 kind of glitched there a little bit. And you can see the 8 Plus glitch, not the 15. You can see that the 8 Plus was kind of, glitching up quite a bit there. Stack, which I already did. Or 3, 2, 1. Did I already do this one? No, I did not. There we go. So I will tell you from everything that I've just noticed, the iPhone 8 Plus is definitely going to be the slower phone, which it should be. The iPhone 8 Plus should be slower than the iPhone 15. Quite a bit slower, may I add, but definitely with the 15, you're going to be seeing big differences here in terms of the performance. Now, you're also going to be seeing big differences in the camera side as well. The iPhone 15 is going to be giving you the overall better camera setup in every single way. There's not a way that I can see the 15 basically winning, basically losing here to the iPhone 8 Plus. They both can do 4K 60 on the back. The 8 Plus can do 1080p at the front. The 15 can do 4K 60 on the front and the back, which is nice. Now the 8 Plus, it had a dedicated telephoto lens. This is interesting. So back in 2017 when this phone came out, you were able to do 10x zoom at the time, standard 1x zoom, outside, getting video mode, slow mode, time lapse. Very good sensors, without a doubt. I've always felt like these cameras were very, very good at the time, but they haven't really aged the best and they're fairly outdated. The photos are very grainy, they're just not that great. Again, 1080p on the front is okay, but having high resolution count is better. I feel like the iPhone 8 Plus was a good camera, but it hasn't really aged that well and it's not that great of a camera anymore. The 15, on the other hand, is a very good camera right now. This is a very solid lens that I'd recommend every single person to buy if you have an iPhone. And what you can do is, you can do 0.5x zoom, so you have that ultra-wide camera now, which is really nice. But you can still do 10x zoom on this phone, even though it doesn't have a telephoto lens. So you're really getting just a better camera overall on the iPhone 15 over the iPhone 8 Plus. Very, very big thing to keep in mind. I feel like the 15 was a good upgrade this year, especially when it comes down to the camera side. Video mode, cinematic mode, slow mode, time-lapse, panorama mode here too. Lots and lots of reasons why this camera is still better than the iPhone 8 Plus. It's a very good lens, and I'd recommend, like I said before, every single person who has a device like this to go and buy an iPhone 15 because it is that much better of a camera. And it is that much better of a device over the iPhone 8 Plus as well. Like you're getting the overall better cameras, everything on the iPhone 15 over the iPhone 8 Plus. I feel like the 15 you're getting better display, better build quality, better performance, better longevity, camera, battery, like everything is just better on this phone, but also more expensive. The 8 Plus, I wouldn't recommend anybody buying this phone. It was good while it lasted, but there's a lot of in-between phones like I mentioned earlier on in this video. The iPhone 13 Pro is a very good phone. Any of the iPhone 13s, to be honest, you can buy any of those, and those are very good upgrades coming from the iPhone 8 Plus as well. The 12s are also okay, but I would definitely recommend going up to the iPhone 13s. At a minimum, go for the iPhone 11s, and you'll be getting very big upgrades there too. So that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.